Well, the snow is certainly coming down as we get things teed up here in Chicago. And here we go from Chicago. McCole Hardman now on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return.
You start working there, you start proving that I ain't understand and make them stop when they stop. It's just been an inappropriate attitude on me. But you're going to see me in the middle, baby.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Wilson airing it out to start. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Let me see it. Let me show you how this.
Trying again, following the sack. His first throw is an interception. Henry Cho'o comes up with it. And the Vikings get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First off, well, listen, it goes to the defense. And that really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate, in this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth. Who's going to respond next?
And he has enough room to gain about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
Now the first carry for Nick Chubb. And he may have just reached the edge of the red zone before going down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Fields now on 3rd. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1.
Here we go, son. Hey, Ken.
They do snap it. Here's Fields. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he takes this one down to the 10 before hitting that sideline. It's an 8-yard gain. What a great call on 4th down. It keeps this drive moving. Chance to stack some momentum if they can turn this turnover into 6. It's 1st and goal. Here's Chubb. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. He gets him 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd and goal.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Here we go, son.
Chubb will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. 1 down left before a big decision to make. Do you continue to try running it against a front that stopped you, or are you now forced to put the ball in the air?
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal.
Here we go.
Fields out of the gun. The back grabs it. Touchdown, Minnesota. Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. Snowy weather, no problem for him on that point after. And the Vikings will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. Hardman with a return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Cut. Cut.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Cut.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Cut.
Play action. It's Wilson. Flushed out of the pocket. He's keeping it. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
It's another 1st half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Vikings take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Ball at the 33 for 1st down.
Here we go.
They begin the drive with Chubb. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
They motion the tight end over.
Cut.
Here's a counter give to Chubb. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
And the Bears bring in an extra defensive back for this 3rd down.
Hey, Monday.
Motion man left is Brown.
Cut.
Fields on 3rd. That's caught for the 1st. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
Here we go. Cut.
The give inside to Chubb. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Let's go. Here we go.
Motioning the tight end now.
Go.
Shotgun snap to Fields. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. Big gain downfield. And that's a Minnesota touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. No problems with his footing in the snow. The XP is good. And the Vikings drive out to an early 14-0 lead. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. Hardman with a return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Connection made to Raheem Mostert. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. From the secondary, Grant Delpit on the tackle.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
From the 31. Looking right, and he finds him. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a 1st.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Russ now from the gun. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. These two NFC North teams have played one so far. Our score, 14-0. Back to the Windy City in just a moment. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Bears football. They have 2nd and pretty long here. Another try following the sack. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears start to fight back with their first points of this game. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bears chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. This return starts at the 5. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go, son.
They send the tight end in motion left. Hand off to Chubb to start the drive. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Don't jump. Ready?
Off play action, it's Fields. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
11.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. The Vikings getting their punt team out. And this is the first time he's been called on today. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. Secures this at the 17. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30. Looks like he might break it for a minute, but still a good 14 yards on the return. And it's going to be Bears football. They've got 1st down from the 31. Russ setting to throw. On target to Waddle. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. Well, they just did.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Now here's Russ. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's running for it. Bouncing football. Oh, the fumble jumps out of bounds. What a break there for the offense. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Backed up now after the penalty. It's third down. Defense shows blitz. Wilson. He's going deep this time. That's complete inside the 35. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Things looking totally different after that last play. It's 1st and 10 inside the opposing 30. Russ is cooking again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
This finds Mostert. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
14.
Wilson to throw again. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to author a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
Facing a 4th and 12, but this offense is undeterred. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Facing a 4th and 12, but this offense is undeterred.
Hey, 0-0-0.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Stays it. He can't get away. They get the sack and force a turnover on downs.
Coaches challenge him to get the defense off the field with a stop. Rose to the challenge and delivered on that one, really overwhelming the line of scrimmage.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Here's Chubb up the middle. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Here he is on third and long. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. The Clemson rookie has it. And the Bears are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Well, partner, you know this one firsthand. Getting them behind the sticks really limited what the call could be on the offensive side, and no doubt helped set up that INT.
Unfortunately, I sure do. And when you're in these situations, you got to have self-talk. You really do as a quarterback. You got to tell yourself, third and long, extra long like this, protect the football. Protect the football. A punt is okay. Quarterback extra aggressive in the defense, well, they did exactly what they wanted to do. They took it from them.
To the left side, it's pulled in by Waddle. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Offense in the hurry up here. First down, here's Russ. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Now we have our 2-minute warning. The Bears trailing in the early going. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 19. Escapes the pocket. Brought in right side. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Throwing again. Here's Wilson. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Sticking in the air with Wilson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the first half alone. We're on a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Wilson now from the gun. Forced out to his right. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Trying to find Jalen Waddle. And that brings up 4th and long.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Will Reichert now to try the field goal. This 42 yards from the right hash. Smith able to put it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Return starts from the goal line. Takes it just shy of that end zone. And this return is brought to a halt just across the 10. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When he saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Here we go, Scott.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Up. Scott.
Fields out of the gun. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Fields on 1st down. He'll get this one to Brown. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Minnesota spends its 2nd time out here. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Another throw for Fields. Throw left side, complete. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Fields. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left.
The trajectory of that ball changes while it's in flight. I'll tell you this, Kate, on shorter throws, these receivers are so good to adjust, can still bring it in. But over a long distance, a tip like that alters the course of the ball, and it sure makes it tough to adjust in time.
Short pass brought in. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime.
Here we go. It's Nick. Hey, 10. Right.
Throwing it just before halftime. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Here's Reichert, set to kick this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, Scott.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, two-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you've got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
He's got a man left. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
Tight end going in motion here.
Right.
On first down, they'll run. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That is teaching tape for a linebacker. Read, react, and finish.
All right, here we go. Second down.
Here we go, Scott. Right.
Second half's going to start with a run by Chubb. He's contained at the line for no gain. That's Matthew Judon in on the tackle. He didn't get anything on that run, so struggles on the ground, leaving them with third and long.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to
Here we
life.
go, Scott. Angel. Scott.
Fields on third. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Love that call, Brock. Going for the slant route, trying to move the chains, but the defense read it all the way. They had somebody right there ready to knock that ball out.
You know, if there's one thing consistent with you, Kate, you too love that route.
I love that route, man.
You love the
Love
slant. I
that
know.
route.
It's from your childhood of watching Jerry and Joe and the Niners do it
Yes,
so
sir.
well. But this defense, they knew what was coming, and he was able to separate that slant from the ball before they could ever get going.
Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10.
Cut.
Ross off the play fake. Completes a DK Metcalf. And he's touchdown after a nice pickup there to get the first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Running back, motioning right. The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call is going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. So they should be a little prompter in snapping this, you'd hope, Brock, after that delay of game.
Cut.
Russ now from the gun. Cut out left.
Cut.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Taking a deep shot here. Really pushing the envelope on second down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Once more, it's Wilson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He was looking DK Metcalf's way there. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Chicago brings out the punting unit. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. And this one is away, and he got all of it and then some. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Right.
Now give right side to Chung. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Here we go, son.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling our running backs, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. He lets one fly deep downfield. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Minnesota lined up in punt formation. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. Starts his return from the 23. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And it'll be their football. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. First give of the game here to Raheem Mostert. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. That's Odafe Owe with a stop. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
It's Mostert on 2nd down. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Brought to the ground by Cameron Bynum.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the 1st down.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. Looking to throw. Trying for the deep ball. He's got it inside the 25. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears take a lead just before the end of the third. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Reichert on for the point after. Extra point is good in this wintry weather. And the Bears push their lead to 3. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
You got a clean base. Line up. Jim clear. Go.
Fields throwing here. This has been a trend, yet another interception. Jermaine Pratt picks it.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Only 1 quarter remaining now in these teams' regular season. It's Bears football to begin the 4th as they try to hang on to the lead in a close game. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Fight. Fight.
Russ looking to throw. That's into the hands of Mostert. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's caught for the first. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for a Bears first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
A give to Mostert out of the gun. Jukes one defender. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Chicago first down.
You call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. Going to the ground again on first. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Mostert gets it again here on 2nd. And he takes this one in for a Chicago touchdown. The Bears pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Raheem Mostert the touchdown. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
Here's Reichard, set to kick this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Good.
They'll motion him out of the backfield.
All right.
On 1st and 10, it's Fields. Dumped off to his running back. Fought off a tackle, but he lost the football. Bears pick it up, headed the other way. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
Hey, alert.
Running back sent in motion. Wilson with it on 1st. Able to get it to Mostert. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
36 power.
Staying between the tackles with Mostert. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10.
What?
Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Bears can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. Well, partner, with the increased focus on receivers now in the ground game, the jet sweep, it's a weapon all 32 teams and coaches have to rely on for offense. And for the good ones, it can be a lucrative play to have ready, too.
Yeah, lucrative on the scoreboard, certainly, Kate. And don't forget about lucrative for the wallet, too. Next time his agent's at the negotiating table, he's going to be sure to bring plays up like that one. You mentioned the value he could bring beyond the work of just catching the football.
Here's Reichard, set to kick this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Easy. Right.
Now Fields. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. This is caught inside the 15. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Up.
They run it from the gun with Chubb. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning. It's 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Go. Side.
Fields out of the gun. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal.
Here we go, son. Right.
Fields to throw it. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Couldn't find Kyle Pitts on that throw. And now it's decision time on 4th and goal.
Goes up. Ready?
They send the tight end in motion.
Right.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Getting out to his left. And they score. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings get it back to within 2 possessions. It's a Justin Fields touchdown. Carlson now to add one more. Snowy weather, no problem for him on that point after. And the Vikings cut the lead down to 10.
Vikings 21.
With time ticking away, they prepare for a must-get onside kick. And it looks like the Bears are able to recover that kick. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks him, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. They kick the running back in motion. Wilson now from the gun. This finds Mostert. And nothing doing on that run. Defenders bottle it up quickly. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. He sends this one to the end zone. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Russ setting to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled for a short gain. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. They're out now, ready to punt it. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his first. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Fields. Has a man. It's Brown. And he'll get it up to the 27. Vikings out of the hurry-up need everyone back to the line. Second and 3. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And they really went for it on third down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing fourth down.
Man, with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, you can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. It just can't happen. And you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
Chased out to his right. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The Bears going to use their third and final timeout. They really need some chunk yardage here on second down.
Let's go double count right here. Double count.
Trying again following the sack. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. Big gain downfield. And he'll score. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. His third through the air this game. Reichard on for the point after. No problems with his footing in the snow. The XP is good. And the Bears take a 3-possession lead. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, first and 10.
Here we go, son.
Play action, Fields. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And now it's second down.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
And he's brought down after a short gain. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up third and 7.
Here we go, son. Son.
Here's Fields to throw. He'll get this complete to Chubb. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. So the Bears come away with a win.
Hey, it's Paul. I was listening to the album. Good luck. You're on your own.